Yeah, the only thing that comes up is 7 News.
Do you hear that?
I heard that one, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's bad out right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm lucky. It's just hot. Oh my god. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I've got the fan blasting. It's 3 o'clock in the
Chat,
morning,
how are you
and
doing?
the back door open. Fan blasting. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're wearing shorts. It's pretty warm, and we're not even in summer yet. I'm scared when summer. Like we're gonna be hitting apparently like high 50 degrees.
Yeah, but that's Celsius, so that's like 95.
55 is like 115.
It's about how warm it gets where I'm from.
But no, but you gotta remember, we don't have an ozone layer.
Well, right, yeah.
We don't have that protection.
I mean,
Hey,
shit, I don't even believe we have one really, but
no, Australia does not have like a protection. So if you go outside, you just get sunburnt. You literally just get sunburnt.
we got
That,
that
that's
purple toothpaste from Australia.
Comes from Australia. Well, it's shipped from
oh,
Australia.
dude. I was gonna, if I had your address, I was gonna send you fucking some Durley like crunchy nut.
I'll send you my
Um,
address so you have it.
yeah, but I don't know how much it cost me to send chocolate over. Like
Oh,
we have,
I
bought.
still trust you to have my address. I don't trust most people to have it, but.
Oh, no, it would be like, cause I work at a, you know where I work. I don't say it on the
Right.
chat, but we got like this Dairy chocolate that has crunchy nut cornflakes in it. It's pretty good.
I sent it to you in regular Discord. All right, Chad. It looks like it's working thus far. Let's
I had to get. I'm using a different keyboard. My keyboard broke.
Did it?
Yeah, the mechanical R key. So the R key with the because it's hot swappable keys, the pin dropped all the way down. So I can't fix it unless I have an iFixit kit and we'll rip it apart. So I was went out and bought
why
like
does
a.
my shit keep getting fucked up? My settings keep changing. Hold on, I gotta watch a YouTube video to figure out the best settings.
Really? Like I just play like the worst things I have. I'm just so used to it now. Like I used to have custom scripting and I don't do that. Well, yeah, fucking.
Hold on, chat.
Already eaten that, but
Guide. This video will show you how to get the best input latency, the best cross-tube settings, followed by video. Here we'll want the display mode to be set to
the weirdest chocolate combination I've seen so
This will
far.
give you the best possible performance. Refresh rate should match your monitor, or at least be the highest number you have here. In my case, 165.
It just takes so long.
Should be your
Straight into that.
actual resolution. Otherwise, if you're playing 4:3 stretched, the best possible 4:3 resolution, etc. You probably know what's going on here though. That's really it for this page. If you're on a laptop, you may see laptop power savings. You can enable or disable.
Well, I didn't have my packet of batteries in the background. That's probably good.
As for color mode, you can choose between computer monitor
don't think you want to see
and
the packet
television.
of
You should
brine.
get much better color reproduction and accuracy on computer monitor. Now we'll head across to the advanced video tab. Now this I think is absolutely wonderful. You can move around this crosshair here and you can look at different parts of the image, zooming in to see the better quality by scrolling up and down, etc. This is an incredible feature and I wish more games had it. Anyways, let's start with the options here. First of all, boost player contrast. This should absolutely always be set to enabled, even if you don't think it does anything.
It
Should make it easier to see players and enemies while you're playing the game. Wait for vertical sync should be disabled unless you're on a weird refresh rate screen that's especially on the lower end. If you find that you're getting screen sharing, this is something you may need to enable, but for most people, leave this disabled and it should give you much improved input latency. Then, as for preset, we'll start at high and work our way down. It doesn't really matter. Multi-sample anti-aliasing, you should set this to 2x MSAA, and that's pretty much it. You can disable it entirely, but this does result in some jagged edges, which don't show in the bottom, but they do show in the top, especially on lines, etc. If you set this to 2x MSAA, you should see most of those disappear with very little performance impact. Then, global shadow quality. Now this is a weird one for CS2. Previously it didn't matter in CSGO, but for now, players actually cast shadows in real time. So this is something you absolutely need to have enabled and turned to high for the best gameplay experience, even if it costs you FPS.
Right.
This should be the absolute last setting you'd lower if you're really clawing for FPS. It is a competitive advantage.
Get your
texture,
settings
this really doesn't matter. You can set this on low for the best performance. Shader detail, the same goes for this here. Set this to low. And particle detail, you can comfortably lower this as well. You can see the smoke in the background here is a little bit easier to see through on low versus high, for example. This isn't just a placebo, it is easier to see through smoke and things like that in certain situations with particle detail.
No, you've
set
had to
low.
play
So
this
it's a
because
competitive
how lucky
advantage,
have you
not
ranked?
just that it boosts your FPS as well. Then, ambient occlusion has to do with shadows cast by objects. For example, this person and this car here. If I turn it from medium to disabled, you'll notice that quite a few of the shadows disappear and there's not so much shadow on the wall. This could be somewhat considered a competitive advantage, but it's nowhere near as obvious as hard shadows cast by players on floors and walls from the global shadow quality here. You can leave this on medium or disable it. High dynamic range, if you have this option, you should set it to performance. Then finally, Fidelity FX Super Resolution. You can enable this for much better performance, but for example,
Jesus
if you push this to
Christ, it is
it's gonna
coming
really
down.
lower the quality of your game and make things very weird. It is going to give you a huge boost in FPS, however. If you need this on, have it set to the options closer to ultra quality and quality. Having it on disabled is the absolute best for visibility, but of course it is going to use the most processing power technically. If you need it enabled, leave it on ultra quality or quality. Finally, NVIDIA Reflex low latency. If you're GPU bound in your system, make sure that this is enabled. If you are CPU bound, as in you have a much slower CPU than GPU, set this to enabled plus boost. This should give you much better improved input latency for your game, assuming you're using NVIDIA hardware. If you don't have this option, don't worry. The only thing you may want to change here is high dynamic range. If you have this enabled, on performance, you may notice flickering, especially around moving objects. If you set this to quality, that flickering is likely going to vanish. It's your preference, and it has very little FPS impact. Now that we're done with the in-game options, there's nothing else we need to do but close the game here and head across to our NVIDIA control panel. So we'll right-click our desktop and choose NVIDIA control panel. Obviously, this will be different for AMD and Intel users, but if you're on NVIDIA, keep with me. On the Adjust Image Settings with Preview tab, set this to Use the Advanced 3D Settings and click Apply. Then take me there, or click Manage 3D Settings on the far left. So starting from the very top, all of the anti-aliasing options are turned off. The only thing is gamma correction here, which should be turned on. Then scrolling down, all of these should be off. Background application max frame rate, for example, your browsers and things like that. You can cap the FPS while you're in games here, should you wish. If you're a crazy performance nut, just close everything in the background and you get the same effect, if not better. DSR factors off, low latency mode, this you should set to on or even ultra, so I'll set it to ultra. Then
alright, I think he might have helped me a little bit. So, alright, let's see if it's gonna run now. What the fuck is going on?
Tweaking my settings so it's all very high.
Let's see if he actually helped my shit.
Fucking 4 times, bro. No, we want 16 times.
Alright, Dust Overpass, Mirage Inferno. God damn, chat.
Oh, there we go. 144 frames. Everything at max. There we go.
I want to know how to get my console information back up top. You know how it used to be like in the bottom left? On old CS, you could type into the console and have like your frame rate and shit showing.
Oh, just Google it.
I'm not really that worried about it.
Hold on. Give me a second. Not this, is it?